guest is here. I'm really excited for this IG Live. We've been planning it for a while now. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, good. I was about to say, can you hear me? And
Yes,
I
I
see
can.
that. Okay, perfect. But
It's
thank
perfectly
you.
fine.
Thank you for making the time and coming to Shimika Conmigo. I'm going to just ask you briefly to tell people who might not know who you are, to tell us who you are, what you do, and yes, go ahead. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Amy. Um, the surname part still confuses me because I'm married. So some people would say, okay, what's your married name? Other people want my maiden name. So we'll just stick with Amy for now. I am
Okay.
28 this year. I have 3 kids, a blended family, and a business. So that's me. So yeah, being here on the podcast on the live is amazing because it's taken me away from mummy mode for a bit, which is nice.
I know what you mean. I know what you
Oh,
mean. Any,
and
um,
I'm rushing to get ready because okay, 13:30. I literally put my face on at 12:50. I'm like, okay, boys, you really need to play with this sister. Please, I have this interview. So
yeah.
happy to get all dressed up for a bit.
Okay, I totally feel you. So even more, I really appreciate you making the time because I know for moms with kids at home, it's not easy. So thank you
Yeah.
again. Okay. So two things I want to focus on. Yes, kudos. No, three. You're young.
Yeah.
Um, you're a mom. You're running a business. You have a brand. I want to talk about that. I want to talk a little bit. I want you to share with us a little bit about your founder's story. How
Mhm.
you started your business, what led you to it. Um, so tell us about that. Tell us about that.
Surprise! Sorry, someone's dropped in to say hi. Anyway, see, I got started like 5 years ago, I think, and it
Yeah.
started as a little idea of okay, I'm playing around with DIY Pinterest stuff. Thank you so much. I'll get it just now. Sorry. It started off with little DIY face mists and DIY body scrubs and lip scrubs. And then my friends started to ask, oh, your face looks different. What are you using? What's changed? So I'd explain, I'm
Mhm.
just playing around with this stuff in my kitchen and nothing much else. Until I thought,
Mhm.
okay, lots of people are asking, and there seems to be like a growing online following for DIY stuff. So I was like, okay, let's start with one thing, the face mist, which I liked, my friends liked. But then when I moved to Chipata, I don't think people like it here. Um, yeah, I'll stick with the scrubs. Those are move quite quickly. And so
Yeah.
I figured I can't always make what I like. I have to make what people like because that's how
Mm.
businesses work. So I do make
Yeah.
what I like for me, but when someone says, "Oh, I need this," then I'll make that.
Okay. All right. Good. I like that you've mentioned how, it started off from personal use. It grew to your friends showing interest, you
Yeah.
making things that you like, and then you adapting to making, because you moved cities, adapting to what the people who are around you, your customers, want. And I think there's a lesson in there. I think even me as a creator, sometimes I get wrapped in the what I like, what I want, but
Hmm.
I also have to, you have to pay attention to the YouTube algorithm. You have to pay attention to what people are commenting on,
Yeah.
what they're engaging with. So thank you for those points. How do you manage to juggle? I mean, it's a bit unfair. I interviewed a guy the other day, and I don't think I asked him this, or maybe no, he said he was single, so this question wasn't going to make sense. But
Okay.
you're a mom, you're running a business, you're promoting your own business, obviously, because you're on social media, etc. Yeah. How are you juggling all of that? Motherhood, running your business? How do you find the balance?
It's easier when there's a regular school term, because then I can say you're at school, this is business time. You're home,
Yeah.
it's mommy time. But when we're now with COVID and the kids' school closed because there were a couple of cases, unfortunately, it's changed my schedule a bit. So I find myself staying up a little bit later or throwing in a post here and there. Like, I'll go to the bathroom. Okay, I have time. Let me do a little bit here. Or I've got time to research ingredients while I'm watching the kids' shows. So I'll do it then. But I think it's just about multitasking. And then when my husband gets home, then I'm like, all right, like business aside, let's give him some attention. So
Yeah.
you
Oh
find your
wow,
own
mothers.
balance of what works.
Yeah. Mothers are my heroes. Mothers are my heroes. You sleep less, you eat faster. You're always multitasking, eating, feeding this one, cleaning there, making that, telling that, posting that. You know, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're my hero.
Thank you.
So you mentioned COVID, yeah. The kids being at school, being at home now. So, what other ways has COVID affected or impacted your business?
That it's changed a lot, because when COVID first happened, I was in the middle of trying to do a whole market, like a Saturday market type thing, with like different people making homemade crafts and stuff. So once everything just kind of went, schools are closing, this is closing, no more that, no more that, I was like, okay, I'm not in a position to do this right now. Let me just put it on hold and we'll come back to it later. Then I noticed I wasn't comfortable going out to market or speak to people freely or as comfortably as I was before. So I wasn't engaging face to face as much. Then most recently, I had booked a table at a little pop-up shop, which was going to be centered around craft and homemade stuff, basically celebrating the Chwala ceremony, which is later this month. And then I got a call from the person at the office and said, "Oh no, Chola is cancelled, so here's your refund." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, no! I needed this to work. I needed to meet people, to talk to them about soaps and stuff."
Yeah.
So I'm back to the drawing board, figuring out how to spread the word about Radiance online. I'll do little small pop-ups here and there if I can later on in the year.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest change for me, is having to reduce face-to-face marketing.
Yeah. It's right now. It's better to be safe. So this brings me to my next question. You've reduced your time. Your face-to-face interaction, being at markets, and so on and so forth, and taking advantage of events, for example, like the Chwala ceremony. That would have been amazing. I was going to be like, I want to know everything about how that worked out. So how then has what role do you think social media, Instagram, collaborations like this one, the one we're doing, where I'm a content creator on YouTube and on my podcast, and we're collaborating, where you come on my show Shimika Conmigo and you talk about your business. How important is social media? How important has social media been for pushing or helping get your brand seen?
It's been an incredible push, because when I'm interacting, even if it's just like the comments, and I'm always learning and following other entrepreneurs with their own little tips and tricks. And one person that I really benefited from, am I allowed to name drop on your podcast?
Yes, please, yes.
Okay.
Talk.
So I follow Carrie. I am Carrie Green, and she's amazing. I love her. So she did this one podcast with another lady in the US. I can't remember her name, but she basically said when you have a small business, you need to engage with everyone, even if they're just giving you like a little thumbs up in the comment. Like it, say something back to them and keep them engaged. So that's what I do. And then I realized, okay, I can take this a step further. How about I go to their friends or their pages and then comment on their pictures? Just to know that my brand page is there. Like I see you looking nice, your skin looks amazing, but come check out my profile. Maybe there's something here that you might like. And then with you being a content creator, you have a larger platform. Your blog has so many viewers and subscribers. Mine doesn't. I have, I think, not even 100, and they're all family. Bless their hearts, they're so sweet. So
family is the best.
I know. So with having a larger platform, even if it's just for a pop in here and there, it will definitely make a difference. And I'll be able to share the link of the podcast when it's done on my actual page, on the brand page, on my Facebook. So I'll still have you attached to the page and everyone can see it whenever they're ready, which is always nice.
Yeah. Excellent. You made a great point there.
You had asked.
Yeah.
Thank you. You had asked how it's helped with sales as well, I think. I try and add my phone number onto the labels that I make, but if that doesn't work and the label gets chucked in the bin, fine. But they can always remember what it looked like and the name and then come back to Facebook or Instagram, wherever they think I might be. And I have actually received a few random messages and been like, oh, do you have this soap? Do you have that? And I want to ask, where did you get my number? But I don't. I'm just like, oh yeah, I do have this, I have that. What are you interested in? What's your skin condition? So I just put it out there. It will happen when it happens. So we start small.
Excellent. Really. First of all, I always say this. I say this a lot. I'm really a champion of women doing things, fellow mommies doing things. Aww. So for me, it's a huge pleasure to have you on my podcast. You are the second small business I have featured. The first one was a hair brand. DIY.
I saw her.
Yeah, you guys should follow each other. So this is really nice for me. I love what you mentioned, that you heard from another creator. And she talked about commenting and engaging with your audience, this collaboration, me having a bigger audience. Yes, and don't worry, what I do for everyone that I feature on my show, I become like their personal PR or marketing person. I will share their page. I will share the content that they've done with me. I will have them in my stories. So, because I know it's important now more than ever to get more eyes on the stuff that we're making, on our businesses, on our brands. So thank you again for making the time.
Thank you so much.
I want to know if you've gotten any assistance or any help from I don't know if there's like an association of small businesses where you are, or moms in business, I don't know, or the government, any assistance, any help, because you still have costs, as a small business. So who is assisting you? Who is helping you to be able to meet all these costs that you might have, despite the fact that you have all these challenges, making money like you would typically, or getting to more customers? So
it's good you ask that, because I think a lot of people always assume when you're starting a business, you've been saving and saving and saving and saving, and that's your funding. For me, I saved, I think I would say maybe $300. I'd put it that way. And I started. But then when I moved, I realized the cost of moving wasn't what we had expected. So we ended up using most of that anyway. Which at this point, I kick myself every day. Like, damn, I should have kept it. But anyway, it's happened. It's done. So when COVID started, maybe about June, July, a friend of mine had told me about this foundation that was sponsored by the Japanese government that was giving small business owners a loan. I filled out the application. I was so ready, but the last step was to look for what's the person that you would use, a guarantor. I needed the guarantor. Everybody that
Yeah.
I told said no. I'm not comfortable because you're starting out. I'm not comfortable because of COVID. I'm not comfortable because I don't trust the current financial climate. So
Yeah.
I can't give you. I'm really sorry. So I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
I will take it as a sign. It's not my time yet. My time will come.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just kept on like little sales here and there. But I realized that I do sell Avon products on the side. So I use
Ah.
that profit to go into Radiance. And I don't like it. I'll come to a point where I'm just like, okay, I think Avon isn't working for me because the Rand
Mm.
Kwacha value is different from when I started. I'm in a
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
environment now, but it it's an income, so it's fine. I like it. It's doable. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I meet my costs. As for the help, I guess you can say I enlist my children to cut labels. So if your label is not put on straight, it's because my kids were helping.
And come on, it's DIY. We're not working in a big factory.
I
It's at home. You're trying. You know. So I love that your kids are helping you cut labels because like it gives it a little. It makes it definitely a very at a personal level. You're not in a big,
yeah.
huge factory working with machines. It's handmade. So quirky and not exactly straight is also cute. You know.
Yeah, it is.
Um, when we talk about starting a business, yeah, in Zambia, when you told your family, your friends, I'm going to start Radiance, what did they say? Was there any like, are you sure? Or any pushback? What sort of reception did you get from your friends and family?
I actually didn't tell any of my friends. I told my husband and my mom. That's it. And they
Yeah,
were both really supportive. They
yeah,
um they wanted me to actually launch before I left Lusaka. But I
mm,
was really scared that I would be leaving whatever clients that I had made or established there, and then to have to start again when I like settled in Chipata and then have to send stuff to them was
yeah,
a really daunting thought for me. So I just said, you know what,
yeah,
I'm going to leave it. I'll just launch in Chipata and we'll figure out how it goes. But they were really
yeah,
supportive. My mom lives in the coffee belt, so it's not like she could have like hopped in and be like, okay, I'll help you do this and this. I'll help you with the mixing. I'll help you in that way. But no,
yeah,
whenever I have I can't do this anymore sobs in the bathroom, I'll always call her and be like, I'm stuck. What do I do? I can't do this. I
yeah.
can't be a mom and have a business. And then I know like she had 3 kids and worked 2 jobs. She did it. I can definitely do it.
Yeah, our moms, everybody's mom, like superheroes. I,
Yeah.
I, I love I love your honesty there, like saying, you've sort of given us an inside look, a brief one anyways, like, yeah, running a business, but it's not always easy. There's the tough
No.
moments, the run to the bathroom and cry a little bit moments, the funding issues,
Oh
um,
yeah.
and yeah, so I really appreciate your honesty with that. I want you to spend the next little while just telling us what you don't have to tell us the entire excuse me, product catalog, but plug your
Okay.
business. Tell people where they can find you online, what you're making, what you're promoting, what's the top 3 or top 2 things that are really popular, how they can get it. I know you've said you're in Chipata, but
Mhm.
there's some shipping services, so they shouldn't feel restricted. So plug.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I live and work here in Chipata, but I do have I guess I'll call her my business partner, because her name is Mwandwe. She's a fashion designer, but she runs the Yada market at ELC Mall in Kitwen. She had approached me I approached her actually through a friend, and I asked her about starting a home market. And she's like, "Oh, wait, hold on a minute. How about this avenue? Have you ever thought about it? Okay, let me sell your products for you." So she's in Kitwe, and she basically would service the rest of the country that I can't reach. Because if you're going to buy liquid products from me, I have to put them on a bus. EMS doesn't allow for liquids. Well, couriers do not allow for liquids. So she would cover the rest of the area that I can't reach. And she has the face mist. Sorry, let me just reach for my bottle. We have there, which I wear whenever I'm using makeup, which also helps as a setting spray. She also has a body elixir, which is not near me at the moment. It's in my bathroom. She has the softening body butter. I'm currently out of stock on that one, but she has a few bottles left while I look around for a new supplier for cocoa butter. So for me, here in Chipata, you can get my products from myself, or there's a pharmacy in an area that we call down shops. It's basically the Kamala of Chipata, I guess you could call it that. Sorry, I'm making references to like locations in Lusaka. I hope you know them. You haven't forgot them, right?
Yes. I'm from Lusaka, so of course I know Kamala.
Just making sure.
At least I know Kamala.
Okay. So there's a pharmacy in that area that has everything of mine. They have all my soaps, they have face mist, bath and body elixir, and the softening body butter. So what I have right now is my soaps. I brought them nearby so I can show them off.
Good, yes, please,
All my soaps are currently unscented because everybody says, "Oh, your soap's a little bit expensive." So I keep them unscented to keep the costs down. This is called a luminous glow with what is it? Charcoal, activated charcoal for color, and a few rose petals to make it look a little bit fancy. I have a new one which I made specifically for the Nchwala celebrations. I call this Woody Baobab. It's made from actual baobab fruit, a bit of activated charcoal, and what's in it? Oh, and some milk. My star soap, which is simply Radiance, a little cut off piece over there, always comes with the rose petals for a little bit fancy. This is just plain coconut, olive, and castor oil. So it's for any skin type, even sensitive. Because the only chemical in here would be the caustic soda that I use to emulsify the water and oil. But after 14 to 21 days, it evaporates. So it's perfectly safe for sensitive skin.
Okay.
That's me, my goodies.
Yes, tell us your social media, your for Radiance, your one Facebook, so people can. I will include links in the description box of the YouTube video when I upload it. But tell us.
Okay, so my personal account is ZSIGED, small letters, and my business account is radiance.skin. Wait, is that it? No, radianceskin.zm for Instagram. And on Facebook, it's just search for Radiance Skin because the handle for Facebook is different. And I forget them all the time. So Radiance Skincare, I will definitely pop up. And that's where you can find me.
Okay.
I'm responsive on all 3 platforms. So I dip in and out, whichever one has the most work. But I'm mostly focused on Instagram, so I just share my Instagram content directly to my Facebook account.
Yes, this tool is so helpful, because So it's good that you mentioned. I mean, I also have on my website, I'm calling it a website now. On my website, you will find an article, small business profile, and it's Radiance Zambia. The first thing when you just get into the article and you click on the first in blue, it goes straight to your, I think it's your IG page, IG or Facebook, but either way, it's your page. And if you are interested, they can find you there. Thank you for giving us a breakdown. And I want people to really hear about your products, about, you know, how they're DIY, but they're also natural products, good for your skin. They don't have all these things that are terrible for your skin. And just, congratulations and kudos. I'm not going to pretend here. I understand how complicated or how not easy it is to do this. So thanks I appreciate you making the time. Guys, go and check out her business, support small business in Zambia. If you can't buy physically, like their page, like their posts, comment on on her posts, share them in your stories. And I'm so happy that you came. A big thank you to everyone that popped in the IG live. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Radiance Zambia. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Take care, and hugs to your little ones. I appreciate the acoustics. They made my video so much cooler today.
You're so welcome. My surprise is still on the step. Can you see it?
Oh yeah. Kids are the best.
I know. So now I need to put it up until she breaks it down and builds me another one.
There we go. Okay. Bye, guys.
Right. Bye.
Take care.
I will. You too.